Have you ever felt lazy doing something? Have you ever felt that you have lack of motivation doing something? If you have had this feeling, so this video is going to be exactly about you. Hello, this is your life coach, and today we are going to talk about probably the most interesting topic, motivation. What is motivation, how to use it, and how to keep yourself motivated? All the secrets will be revealed with your life coach. So, what is motivation? Motivation is the state when you actually want to do whatever you feel like you need to do. So when your willingness and your need match very magically, suddenly. So today we are going to discuss 4 very important points which are going to give you a clear understanding of how to be motivated and why it's so important. So the first point is going to be in this video, you have to understand and adopt internal locus of control. What is internal locus of control? I'm going to break it down for you. So for example, when you fail to do some task, for example, you needed to do some project, but you still have some 3-4 days, or you needed to do some work, but you still have some time before the deadline, so you didn't feel this motivation to do it, and after your friends or somebody asks you why you haven't done it, you start telling them some excuses. For example, the weather was so bad, I was feeling sleepy, so I couldn't do it. Or somebody came over, so I needed to pay attention to these people, so I didn't have time. I was feeling down, my favorite movie was released, the internet wasn't so good. So all types of feasible excuses. So all the poor excuses you can come up with just for one reason, not to blame yourself for failing to do that task. If you blame everything else but yourself, that's called an external locus of control. External locus of control is very usual for people who are told since their childhood that they are smart, that they are special, they are so much better than others. So these people have the mindset that it's just an external factor, that they have this smart genes, so they have this high intellect since their birth. And for them, working hard, it means just being stupid. So you are stupid that you have to work hard, so they don't have this motivation. And they think, I'm smart so I can do it. If something is difficult, so I don't need to do it. I shouldn't work hard, because they believe in external locus of control. You are either smart, you can do it easily, or you are dumb, you have to work hard. That's the wrong example. People who do not blame everything else, but they can honestly tell you, today I failed to do it because I was lazy, it wasn't my best day, but tomorrow I will do it. People who can internalize all of these factors have an internal locus of control. And these people, of course, as a rule, are more successful than all those smart guys who are told to be smart since their childhood. If you can internalize all these aspects of life, you can become successful. If you think that you will succeed because of not the external factors, that you have been born so smart or you have this predisposition towards something, but you believe that you can do something because you are going to work hard, you are going to do your best, and you are going to absolutely nail this task. You are not going to spare your efforts, you are going to do everything in your power, in your control. You are going to internalize this locus of control, and you are going to be motivated and successful. So tip number 1, probably one of the most important things, internalize this locus of control. Do not think that your success depends on external factors. Of course it depends on external factors to some extent, but you shouldn't worry about it. You should worry only about the things that you can influence yourself. So you can influence on your hard work instead of thinking that you should do it easily. And in this case, you will stay motivated and you will work hard and you will succeed in most of the cases, guaranteed. So the second step is going to be also very interesting and is going to change your mindset. The second step is about thinking that, okay, I got 2 options, being motivated and being a failure in life. So if you compare these 2 options, you really come to realize that there is no second option. The second option is being lazy and not succeeding anything in your life and just living the same life throughout all your years before you retire. So it's a very boring, uninteresting life that unfortunately the majority of people go through. So if you choose not to be motivated, but you choose the opposite, which is being lazy, demotivated, and just doing nothing, you are going to achieve nothing, obviously, and you are going to live pretty much the same life that you have been living all your life. Nothing is going to be interesting, surprising, entertaining, exciting, thrilling for you. Forget about all these feelings if you want to be lazy. So if you understand this very simple fact that either you are lazy and your life just sucks, or you can be motivated and change something for the better in your life, you are going to always opt for being motivated. When you want to do some task and you sort of feel, should I even do it? And you remember that you have no other choice but to do it because it's the only reasonable thing to do, to be motivated and find some power to do it. You are going to do it and you are going to be successful as a result. It's a very simple understanding that other than being motivated, there is no other choice. There is no other reasonable choice, at least. So you had better be motivated or your life is not going to change. And if you are not satisfied with your life, just forget about an interesting thing in your life or interesting occasions. It's going to be the same. So remember, there is no other choice but to be motivated. Step number 3 is completely different and also very interesting. It's going to be about this notion that if you feel sort of lazy doing something that you are supposed to be doing, for example, you're a student and you are supposed to write an essay, or you are just an employee and you are supposed to come up with some report or some presentation, and you really understand that all your body and mind resist doing this, so you sort of feel lazy to do it, you procrastinate, you have zero motivation, but you tell to yourself, I have to do this because my professor or my boss is going to require it, or my parents or my partner, doesn't matter, or my friends. If you don't want to do whatever you are supposed to be doing, you have to understand, maybe that's the wrong thing that I'm doing. It's very important to realize a lot of people do not even think critically. Maybe they are doing the wrong thing, that's why their body sort of resists, gives them the signal that, hey, do not do this. And when your body says do not do this, do not think that you are lazy. Think maybe you are not doing the right thing. I will give you an example. For example, have you seen these guys, and I think there are plenty, for example, at universities or at work even, where they cannot really study, where they cannot really perform well. They just get B- at university the most, or they are just employees who are just looking at the clock when they are going to clock off and go home after 5 p.m. If you have seen these guys, you know that they have zero motivation to work or study or whatsoever. But when you see the same person playing some computer games, for example, they go to different websites, they research a lot of things, they try to find some shortcomings of their opponents, they try to find some shortcuts, they are trying to find some extra stuff that nobody even thinks about. They are so focused, they are so driven just to play a damn computer game. So, is it even the same person who just waits for 5 p.m. to go home and just does all the best to succeed in some stupid computer game? Is it really the same guy? Yes, it is. So what's wrong with this guy at work that he or she doesn't want to work, but at home playing a computer game, he's just an absolute monster and nails it and just finds all the best possible short ways of succeeding? So how these people transform from work to home to computer games? Have you ever asked yourself this question? Well, I'm going to tell you that these people are just regular people like me and you. They have no problem of being motivated. Their problem is that at work or at studies, they are not doing the things they are supposed to be doing. These people are not doing the things that they are enjoying. So when these people find something that they enjoy, some computer games or something else, just a hobby, they are so involved, they are so motivated because people like following their passion. So these people do not do their work properly because it's not their passion. It has nothing to do with their ultimate purpose of life. So step number 3 is going to be exactly that. If you feel that you are not motivated doing something, give it a thought. Maybe it's not something you are supposed to be doing. Change your life, change your studies, change your major at university. Do something about it. Find something that is interesting for you. You cannot do some uninteresting stuff all your life without even enjoying it. It will never work for anybody. So if you feel lack of motivation, bring some changes to your life. And finally, step number 4, which is also super important and completely different from all previous steps. Visualize yourself in the future. And I'm not talking about the classical meaning of visualization, just attracting something from the universe or stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. Let's just put it aside for a second. Try to think about yourself, how you want to see yourself in 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Doesn't matter. It depends on your age actually. So if you are in your 20s, think about how you want to enjoy your 40s. Just 20 years later, where you want to see yourself. Do you want to see yourself doing some stupid, tedious job and getting paid some up to, I don't know, some $1,000 per month and just live your mundane life? Or you want to see yourself just as a famous person, as someone who is impactful, someone who is an influencer, who can make a difference in life? How you want to see yourself in 20 years of time? If you can clearly visualize yourself in the future after some 10, 20 years, so you are going to know, you are going to start to realize how you should behave, what you are supposed to do right now to achieve to this point in the future. The mistake people make is that they think about their present time or their past time. Nobody thinks about their future time. What's going on with you people? So if you think about your past, forget about it. You cannot change the past. You think about your present, forget about it as well. How you are supposed to change your present time? Today you are some guy living in some house, doing some job. How you are going to change your life today? It's impossible. All you can change is your future. Think about your future. By saying visualize your future, think what type of future is that you want to see and start acting right now so you can make it till this time. So you can bring the sufficient changes to your future. It's very important. Please think about this. Step number 4 is another great step you have to really consider, ponder over it. Think about your future. Do not concentrate only on present, which you cannot change by no means. It's impossible. So these were all the 4 steps how to gain motivation for doing something. If you follow these 4 steps, I guarantee you are going to change your life. You are going to change your mindset. It's not difficult. Forget about the word difficult. It's going to be very easy if you just accept it. The most difficult part is to be open-minded and to listen to my tips. Accept these tips and you will see how it transforms your life. All these tips have a lot of data that backs it up. All these tips have a lot of information, a lot of cases and examples that back it up. I'm not going to go through all these examples, but I think these points are sensible enough. They make a lot of sense by themselves. Just follow it. Don't be afraid of changing your life because you have no other alternatives. Remember this point. So subscribe to this channel and hit the like button because it was a great motivational video. If you follow all these tips, you are going just to nail it. You are going to enjoy your life. And subscribe to this channel because the next time we are going to talk about a very interesting topic, which is going to be conflict management. That's another great soft skill we are going to learn together. And in the scope of these coaching sessions, it also plays a huge role. So stay with the channel. It was your life coach and stay motivated. See you soon. Take care.